just got good news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Building SouthLake. So we are a day late on the video because usually these come out on a Tuesday, but I was actually really busy yesterday studying for a test I had today. So the test is over, I am home, and now we can actually continue working on the city. But first of all, I do have to explain, so we're not going to be doing our subscriber of the week this week, mainly because my Xbox is acting kind of weird at the moment. Like right now, if I press the home, like the guide button, nothing happens. Last time I tried placing a sign, it basically froze the game. So basically, instead of trying to avoid doing that again, we're just going to kind of move on with everything. So let's kind of clear our inventory here. Oh, my notifications are on my phone, but not on the Xbox. That's good, at least. So let's put all this stuff away, clear our inventory. And we're going to work on a new building be across the river here. Again, we're trying to kind of expand everything over to this side of the area and this side of the river. So maybe for this one we'll use, I'm thinking maybe sandstone. Might look pretty good, sand and sandstone. Basically every type of stone for sand. We might even use, cobblestone walls are a pretty big thing. And what kind of material do we want to use? Do we want to use like a gray wool or a green? Let's try gray. Gray is always good. You can't really go wrong with it. And we will use both quartz and probably stone. And yeah, let's kind of start there, see where it kind of takes us. So I'm trying to figure out where do I want to make this building, because I want it to, again, kind of be the same design as this one here. And what I mean same design is like more like the height of the building. So maybe we can just make it here instead. That actually might work pretty well. Let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6 block is where we'll start, because that way we can have our sidewalk, just kind of a, if you want to make buildings, always make sure when you are building them that you kind of set enough room aside for your sidewalks and everything like that. Because sidewalks, as you know, if you've ever walked on one, they are pretty important. If you walked in the road, you might get hit by a car, which is not good. I'm not sure if you guys actually know that, but hey, better safe than sorry, right? Yeah, so a lot of things have been going on in the world, basically, and I think the main thing is, I mean, I don't want this video to be a downer, but I think it's kind of hard to not mention this. It is the Paris attacks. You know, it really sucks that that did happen. And the reason I did bring it up is not because I want to bring down the video, but I do want to say to anybody who is overseas in Paris and London, you know, I am sorry, and I know it can't be avoided and it can't really change things at this point. But for everybody who is over there or who's been through it or has any family that's been through it, you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to your family, because, you know, those kind of things are just horrible for everybody, not just the families, but, you know, it's definitely the worst for them. And it just sucks that it did happen. And some things we can't change, and unfortunately, terrorist attacks are always going to happen. There's never going to be a way to fully stop them, unfortunately. But hopefully we can cut down on them as much as possible. So again, I mean, I don't want to, you know, stay on this topic for too long to be a Debbie Downer. But again, I do want to I want to send my thoughts and prayers out to all the families, and just thoughts and friends, you know. Just make sure you keep them in your mind when, you know, with all this going on. So yeah, so other than that, you know, a couple other good things that have been going on. Is my home button work? Nope, not yet. So basically, Xbox One now has backwards compatibility, and I've actually had it for a little bit longer. Also with the new dashboard, I've had it longer than most people. Actually, I don't know why I'm making this yet, because we need to know where our windows are going to be. But I've actually had it for a while, being a Xbox preview member. And they also like roll out this new program for preview members. It's not like the original one. It's a little bit different. I'm not sure exactly what all is different about it, you know. But they did change. Oh, that's sand. They did change some things for the new program, and I am in that. So I do get things a little bit early. So I got the new Xbox dashboard pretty early, as soon as it came out for testing, basically. And I will say the new dashboard is fantastic. It's still kind of, you know, I'm still trying to get used to it a little bit, but it is definitely faster and better than what the old one was. And that was the biggest complaint about basically everything when it came to Xbox, was it was really slow when it came to the interface. and all that is kind of fixed now, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, I'm actually happy that things are improving for the Xbox. Because as you guys know, I am a big Xbox person. Xbox is my personal preference for games. Man, I can't speak today. And actually, what we're going to do to kind of change up everything is we're going to add a little bit more color. When I say add more color, we're actually just going to add sand here instead to kind of change up the color scheme so it's not all one. And let's add sand here going up. And I think the sand will be 3 wide. But what were we talking about? I completely forgot what we were actually talking about. I'll think of it. Just give me a second. And I actually can't remember. I don't know what we were talking about at all. So we're just going to move on to any... Oh, yeah. Xbox compatibility. Again, sorry for my words today, guys. I'm not sure what's going on with me. I'm just, like, all wonky today. Ooh, I'm on the wonk. Yeah, but, again, I mean, going back to backwards compatibility on the Xbox is absolutely fantastic. One, for the success for Xbox, because so many people had a Xbox 360. It was the most popular console in the US. I'm not sure overseas if it was more popular or not. I'm not going to speculate for obvious reasons. I don't like speculating. Sometimes at least. But the main question in the rain, oh my god, my words. The main reason I brought it up, maybe I should talk like that in the entire video, is maybe I should talk like this, because it might sound a little bit better. But the reason I brought it up is because with all the games coming out now that we can actually play, you know, besides all the new games like Battlefront, Black Ops 3 came out. A lot of people asked me if I bought it. I have not. I have been considering it, mainly just for zombies. That's just about the only reason why I would consider it. So we're looking pretty good so far. But the main reason I brought this whole backwards compatibility thing up is if there's any games that you guys want me to play, you know, let me know in the comments, because as you guys know, I have been playing more games in the past couple of weeks and months. Mainly because I do actually play other games. I know it's kind of weird to actually say and see that I play other games, but I actually have been. So if you do want to see me play a specific game, let me know in the comments. Now, obviously, if I will look through them, and if I think it would make a good video, I will play it. There are going to be some ideas by some people that might not be good for a video. It might be a good game, not doubting that, but some games are good for just playing. But then other games are just good for recording and having fun with. There's a big difference between the two when it comes to entertainment value, which is basically what my job is entertainment. So if a game is more fun to play, I'm easily going to play it. One of the games I already have in mind is the old Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Weeby Stranger and I might record playing Terrorist Hunt on that, because with Rainbow Six Siege coming out, and we both love Rainbow Six, we love Terrorist Hunt, we might complete that, and then when Rainbow Six Siege comes out, we're going to complete those as well, just because there's so many new games coming out. I mean, on the same day we have Rainbow Six Siege and Just Cause 3 coming out, so that's 2 games in one day. That's $120, right down the drain. You can't really say it's down the drain, though, if you're going to get that many playing hours out of it. But my god, I mean, what do we have? We have Fallout 4, we have Halo 5, sorry I'm not moving, I'm counting on my fingers. We have Rainbow Six Siege, we have Just Cause 3, Battlefront. Yeah, I mean, that's 5 games right there. I mean, a lot of those games take a good amount of time to play, too. It's not like they're, you know, beat them in a couple hours. Some of those are, you more play them for maybe 60 hours. So, I mean, it's definitely a lot of time those. And mainly with Fallout, you are going to see a lot of Fallout videos coming out from me. Mainly because Fallout is, I think, in my personal opinion, a good entertainment value. Kind of going back to that conversation. The entertainment value for Fallout, I think, will be pretty good when it comes to the different things you can do in videos. Because it does have building, which the building mechanics aren't, you know, the best for when it comes to actually, like, being creative when it comes to building. But they are definitely great for actually having a good time. So you're definitely going to see a lot of videos coming out from Fallout 4 from me, personally. And you're also going to see probably a lot of Rainbow Six videos, because I personally love Rainbow Six. Next month, not next month, in January, I believe is when it is, you're going to see a lot of videos coming out about one of my most excited games, and that's going to be, take a guess before I say it, Tom Clancy's The Division. That game looks absolutely fantastic so far from what I've seen, and I'm so excited to play it. And you can guarantee I'm going to play that a lot on my channel. Just kind of giving you a heads up right now because you're going to see a lot of videos coming out from it. So just a little heads up there, I guess, might be the best way to put that. And because it looks like it's going to be a fantastic game. A lot of Tom Clancy games coming out recently because there is one of the new ones which it's called Wildlands or something like that. It's a open world Tom Clancy game which has never been done before. Usually they're kind of concealed into maps and different things like that. Like Rainbow Six Siege, if you haven't heard about that. Yeah, but there's a lot of a lot of Tom Clancy games coming out. I'm not sure like what's picked that back up. Maybe they revived the brand, which I'm okay with. And the reason I'm okay with it is just because Tom Clancy is definitely one of those franchises to where they do have a certain, brand to keep up when it comes to realism. Because Tom Clancy's always been pretty big on realism, hence like the Rainbow Six series has always been pretty realistic when it comes to a first-person shooter. Actually, it was a third-person, actually, wasn't it? It was actually third-person, excuse me. No, it was actually, or was it both? I think it was both, because when you got up onto a wall, then it would go third-person, but most of the time it was in first-person. I don't know, but you guys get the idea of what I'm talking about anyways. But I'm really excited for all the Tom Clancy games. Because again, I am a big Tom Clancy fan when it comes to games, and there's also a lot of other games coming out that you will see me playing. A lot of those will actually be on PC, mainly because PC does have a lot more variety when it comes to indie games, and indie games are always, oh my god, my words, I said oiji. Indie games are always really fun to play just because there's always something different about them. Now, some obviously they kind of resemble other games because they're kind of going off of other games that have been made. But there are some indie games that really look impressive and fun to play. And like Rocket League, I believe, was an indie game. But now look at it. It's now a massive game. I've never played it. But I probably will at some point. But a lot of people might be surprised by that I've never played Rocket League. It's just one of those games to where I never really got into it, I guess. And probably because I got into it, if I would have got into it, it would have been too late by the time everything would have kind of calmed down about it. But now, Rocket League is in the EA Sports Pro Gamers or whatever. I don't know, it's like esports, I think is what it's called actually. Alright, so we're almost done. This is our last window. Then we have a couple more things we're going to do before we end it. And because I need to go record some more Fallout, because I actually want to play it, and I want to record it at the same time. Okay, so we have the window, so we actually need to chop down some of these. We're like a lumberjack. Chop, 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 chop. Granted that it's not wood, so what would we call this? A stand jack? No, that doesn't really sound as good. I'll have to think about that and kind of come back to it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of you guys actually watched the Ronda Rousey fight a couple weekends ago. Really great fight. I didn't really see it just because one, it cost like $40 to watch it on pay-per-view. But for the first time, Ronda Rousey is not undefeated anymore. But my god, is she still hot? I would definitely still date her. I mean, cool. She is a sexy woman. Apparently, I was actually reading a story today. 5 people actually tried mugging her after she was leaving dinner from a restaurant. And they tried mugging her, 5 of them. And I guess they didn't know who she was because she kicked their ass, is the best way to put that. I mean, she took down 5 guys. So just kind of a hint to where if you want to mess with a girl like that, you might not want to do it. Just kind of a heads up. Because my god, if she can beat up 5 people in a row when they're in a group, that is not a chick you want to mess with, Just leave her alone. But my god, again, still sexy as hell. Pardon my language, but my god, she is. Like when she's out of the ring, I mean, in the ring, she kind of looks, a little bit more masculine, just because she kind of has to. That's her persona. But outside the ring, when she wants to be pretty, whoo, mama, she is pretty as can be. Okay, so I think this building's coming together pretty well so far. We might have like one more window to add up top to maybe make it just one more floor tall. Yeah, but I think this is a good start. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated as always. I will see you guys next week for another episode of Building SouthLake. And again, you will see more videos of other games coming out during the week as well. So again, before we end, I know I already touched on this, but again, I do want to send my thoughts and prayers out to everybody in Paris, just because it is a tragedy of what happened. So my condolences to all friends and family who have had to go through that. So I will talk to you guys later, and bye bye.